So my name is Meredith Leon McCormick, and I am the founder and editorial director for World Bride magazine. World Bride magazine is an international multicultural bridal publication dedicated to diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion have always been a key part of what World Bride magazine is about. We're not just about giving advice on how to get married and what to wear and how to put your makeup on and all that other good stuff. We want you to see yourself in our pages. Quite frankly, one of the editors, amazing woman, she's Irish, and I would ask her, hey, how come you don't have black women as brides? And she would say, okay. It was a touchy subject, and she says, oh, she's black, but she was light skinned. She was Hispanic. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's good enough for now. But then you start to see it's a pattern of the light skin. And, I asked her again another time. And finally she said to me, why don't you start your own magazine? You want to make so much of a change. And I was like, you know what? I will. As a petite woman, as a Caribbean woman, I want to see someone that looks like me, that I can identify with. And I know if I feel that way, somebody else has to be feeling the same way too. The audience that I'm specifically targeting is everybody in my perfect world. But the mission, the goal of the TV aspect of the magazine is to take us virtually around the world and show you that the world is not the little block, the box, the town you live in. There's so much out there. There's so much beauty that's out there. And doing it the one way isn't the only way. And life is so much more beautiful when you explore other cultures and learn about other people. We can't truly say that we're God's children if we can't accept everything about what makes us all different and beautiful. So what we do is we partner with various brands that are very good to us and various bridal salons that value the audience that we attract and want to reach them, and they, with us, create this special issue where we invite 7 women from 7 different nationalities from around the world to enter and win an opportunity to be featured in World Bride magazine for our once-in-a-lifetime fashion beauty cover experience. So our goal is to continue with these relationships with these beauty brands and to have them continue to help us celebrate the beauty of these amazing women that may be oftentimes forgotten and not considered when evaluating and defining what beauty really is. So our goal is to use the internet, is to use social media, to use our digital download of the publication, and to travel around the world through video and engage you guys, our readers, in the institution of marriage, to figure out, is marriage still relevant to today's society? Hi guys, it's Meredith Leon McCormick for World Bride magazine, and I want to thank you for watching World Bride magazine TV. Stay tuned. everyone, it's Meredith Leon McCormick for World Bride Magazine, and we are here at the Pierre Hotel with the lovely Claudia Hanlon. Hey, Claudia.
So nice to be here with you, Meredith.
Nice to be with you. So, some of us know you for being the Martha Stewart wedding party planner that created this whole thing. You're the founder of that whole thing, the mother of it all.
Yes.
But other people know you for having a bridesmaid store.
Yeah.
The largest bridesmaid store in the country, right?
Well, New York City, certainly.
Oh, there it is. So, and then you have your own wedding planning business as well.
I do. I
So,
juggle
but you
a
do
lot
luxury.
of things. Yes,
But you
I
do luxury. It's strictly luxury,
Yes.
both local, regional, and international.
And international.
Yay.
Yeah.
So tell us. I want to focus first on the Martha Stewart wedding party that you did. How did that relationship come about?
So my business started as a vendor referral company where I would sit literally just like this with brides and they would tell me everything they were looking for in terms of their photographer, band, caterer, calligrapher. And I would represent different vendors and advise them as to who I thought would be a good fit for them. And that business was amazing and led to all these other businesses that we're discussing right now. But one of the things that I was tasked to do was represent these vendors. And so I went to bridal shows, and I never liked the way bridal shows were produced. They always felt a little run-of-the-mill and not fun and not educational and not enriching and not as beautiful as I thought they should be. And so I thought I would do my own bridal show, which is very much in the mold of what I like to do, is like recreate things. So I did that, and all the vendors who I represented were part of the bridal show.
That's amazing.
And we did that for years, maybe 5 years, and we had all the different magazines and bridal companies, of course, participating.
Right.
And after, I think about 5 years, Martha Stewart Weddings approached me and said, we want to be your exclusive media partner. And so we crafted an agreement and we did the Martha Stewart wedding party for another 10 years. So yeah, and we did it in Chicago and in New York, so twice a year. And we did it in the most gorgeous bank building in Manhattan, Gotham Hall, which you may know.
Absolutely stunning.
Which is really beautiful, and we always had about 1,500 brides attending. So it's a huge show, and I really emphasize the education and the beauty of weddings at the show. So we always had a lot of flowers, a lot of food, a lot of wine.
Right.
We always had A-list speakers, so everyone from Martha Stewart, of course, to Zach Posen and Sarah Jessica Parker. So we had really
high-end, luxury,
high-end, amazing speakers.
And they were actually, because Sarah Jessica Parker being married and being on one of the most popular TV shows at that point about the girl wanting to be married, it made perfect sense.
Exactly.
You know, so you fulfill the fantasy for these young women.
Exactly, and she has a really great brand of shoes, which she was representing, and bridal shoes, so everybody knows her for her shoes.
Right.
But also, you know, really every other luminary in the wedding business also spoke and has spoken at the wedding party. Yeah, it was fun.
So now that that's about 15 years of experience that you have.
Yeah.
So you saw the evolution of the bridal industry.
Yeah.
You know, and how do you go about choosing these vendors and partnering them off with the brides? And what's the advice you give these people, both ends, from the bride to the vendors?
Well, certainly with the wedding party, it was always by invitation only.
Okay.
So I really handpicked the vendors who could participate. And I wanted to have a nice balance of vendors so there weren't 20 photographers and no bakers.
Right.
So it was always a really nice mix. I love to have some luxury brands and also some things that were surprising. So we always brought in, every year, something really unique. So when cupcakes were fun, we would have cupcake towers for everybody.
Awesome.
We would bring in companies that put petals into ice cubes and
sweet.
and provided
Creative.
that to weddings. So super creative ideas. Oysters XO is a favorite company of mine who has oyster shuckers who go around a cocktail party. So they would walk around the wedding party and deliver oysters to everybody. Wow. So every time a bride would come to the show, that she would feel like she was getting this extraordinary, unique experience, and the vendors really loved it too. There was a very big part of it was the vendors meeting one another,
Right.
and getting to hear the speakers who are not accessible to everybody, and obviously meeting brides. But one of the most valuable parts of the show, I think, was the vendor to vendor interaction, and I found, year after year, that they started working together really well, the different vendors who met one another. And so a florist would provide a baker with the flowers on
Right.
the table,
Oh,
and
nice.
later they would work together on a wedding, or a wine company would work with a venue and provide the wine for their representation of the show, and so that was really cool. And from the bride side, I always want to make sure that we have the best quality vendors,
Right.
and that they really are speaking to the brides that we have attending our shows, so that they really are getting great value from buying their ticket, from participating, from
Right.
spending their whole day with us. We wanted to make them feel like every minute of their day was
Filled with
filled
educational
filled
process
with,
of
and
planning
for
your
it to be
wedding.
fun
Right.
and beautiful and delicious, and they always walked away with a great gift bag. So we really wanted them to feel from the moment they stepped into the show, even before.
Right.
I'd send them a note the night before that was really personalized, and make
Wow.
sure that they got to see everybody that was coming the next day. There were amazing raffles and trips around the world. I mean, we had as many raffle prizes as we had brides practically.
That's
There was
amazing.
usually 30 or 40 prizes for 1,000 or 1,500 girls. It's a
Wow.
pretty good ratio with the lotto.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And I've attended a couple of your shows for many different reasons, from many different aspects. From either I was helping a bride plan a wedding, and then of course, World Bride magazine just covering it. But what I did notice about yours, because we are World Bride, it was always very diverse.
Very.
You were very inclusive in the vendors and
Yeah.
how you related to the women. Was that a conscious decision that you
Very,
made?
very conscious. Yeah, we also do have a destination and honeymoon lounge, we always called it. So it was a very specific space in the show that really covered venues and properties and travel agents, airlines from all around the world. So that was really fun too. So we really did feel like we were including the world in our show.
So
We love that.
awesome. So now that we're sad to announce she's no longer doing the wedding party,
Not this year.
not this year, but you're willing to travel to other countries and educate brides around the world, from the Middle East to Asia, the Caribbean, and South America.
Yes.
So, do you feel like that your experience with the partnership with Martha Stewart Wedding developed that urge for you to travel some more and expand?
Absolutely. We've done the show in Chicago for 6 years as well. So after New York, we wanted to expand into another market. So we started with something local,
Right.
And the experience was amazing. Really, the reaction was great. The vendors loved, especially the celebrity vendors, loved to go to a city, to another city. So that was really fun for them and fun for the audience as
Right.
well. And of course, the outreach for all the vendors was really terrific, because now they had 2 cities that they were exposed
awesome.
in. So yeah, I would love to be in another country, another city for the next time.
That's amazing. So, bridal show, you're able to give fashion tip advice because of your bridal,
Yes.
your bridesmaids store, wedding planner. So you have much to say. Can we expect a TV show or maybe a book at some point?
Well, definitely.
I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, I like that. You got to put it out there. Well, I'm actually working on a book right now, so it's an entertaining book, and also maybe a little advice book as well.
Yes.
Obviously, our retail business for 20 years has included, as you mentioned, bridesmaids, and so we've carried 10 different lines, 12 different lines, and about 300 different styles and samples in our showroom. And we've also had a luxury stationery business for the same amount of time. So we represent about 75 different stationery companies that we work with. And that's I have a little sweet spot for that. And
That's
so
so
from it,
awesome.
and all the planning that I've done, over 500 weddings over my career, I've really begun to love etiquette. I'm constantly being emailed and texted by brides, and certainly share that with media too, advice on all aspects of etiquette and all aspects of planning your wedding, anything from timing to wording to second weddings, and like I said, social media and other
I love that. Well,
factors.
I love it. I love that. We're looking forward to the book. We're looking forward to maybe a luncheon with brides or something, etiquette on setting up for your party and all of that. So maybe we'll have to plan something with you.
I would love that.
Yay! So everyone, this is Claudia. Please, where can they find you? I want them to make sure that they are able to find you. Can you tell them your email or your website or some contact, social media?
Very easy.
Cool.
At Wedding Library is the name of our company, and I'm Claudia at theweddinglibrary.com, so that's my email, super easy. And the website is, guess what? Theweddinglibrary.com. So it's all under one umbrella.
Easy. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for spending a little time with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
This was so super cool. And we're at one of the beautiful places that you've hosted weddings.
Yes.
You produce weddings in.
Yes.
So venues are a big thing for you.
Yes, they are. And New York has some really beautiful ones. And definitely looking forward to some fun ones abroad next year as well.
Yay! All right, so stay tuned and let's follow Claudia at theweddinglibrary.com. Thank you, guys. Ciao, Bella.
I'm Claudia Henlin of the Wedding Library, and keep your eyes on World Bride magazine.
Hi, it's Meredith Leah McCormick for World Bride Magazine, and we are in New York City. As you all know, we are based in New York City, although we are an international multicultural bridal publication. It is said that over 8 million people live in New York, and 2.3 million get married yearly, which, when you break it down, it's about 6,000 people per day that get married in the U.S. There are countless of people that come to New York City just to get married. Are you aware of that information? We're going to discover how the French are coming to New York to get married and how New Yorkers are getting married in France. So stay tuned.
And we are sitting here with two lovely ladies that are here from France. They are the founders of Wedding District. So I'm going to introduce Amandine and Florence, but we call you Flo. So tell us about your company, Wedding District, how you two founded it.
I'm a florist, a designer, and I'm in Provence, Les Fleurs de Ninon. This is the name of my company.
Beautiful.
So I'm a wedding planner for French people who want to get married in New York or in USA. I live in Toulouse.
And so you told me you were doing weddings.
Yeah.
The Americans that were going to France to get married.
In Provence, yes.
And then you were doing French people that were coming to New York.
Right, yeah.
So this is a perfect marriage.
Yes.
Wow.
Perfect match.
Very, very smart, very smart. And so you lived in New York before.
I used to live in New York in 2004.
Okay.
For 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a love for New York.
Oh, yeah, I love New York. I would love to live here. Yes, and I have a family up there now.
Oh,
here
nice.
In New Jersey.
Okay, nice. Why did you feel like it was so important to start this company for both going to France and then coming to New York? Why do you think it's important?
We would like to American professional and French professional in the wedding industry meet them and try to understand, exchange what the other work in France or
How come you work?
Yes.
How come we work?
Right.
And exchange on that.
Wow.
It's like to share our network and our work, our love of wedding.
And I loved the people. They were all diverse. You had a bridal designer who made the beautiful dresses.
Yeah.
Beautiful dresses. And you had beautiful tabletop designers that designed the stemware. And then the cakes were beautiful and the desserts were great.
We're from New York.
Right.
She's from New York. So no, that was nice exchange in between
Right,
in the
and
flowers.
you had a officiant, wedding
Yeah,
officiant.
Yes, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy.
That was awesome.
No,
So
I think we could have more and more, but we have the base.
no, you had a good ground
weddings.
for people
Yeah.
to be there that can partner. So now, as an American, I want to get married in France. So you can help us find and recommend
Yes,
a hotel.
hotel.
Okay.
Yes. For you and for the guests.
Right. Oh, wonderful. And then you design the space.
Yes.
And make sure that
Everything.
flowers
And decorations.
decorations
Yeah.
for the place that I want to get married.
Sure.
Okay. So how long does it take for you to produce a wedding? About how much time does a bride need to give you? 3 months, 6 months, 9
For
months?
the friends,
It's
in France,
a
it's
year.
1 year.
A year.
You need
For the
a year.
design and everything, it's 6 months is okay.
Okay.
But for the whole wedding, if you want to have the venue and everything, it's 1 year. It's a
You
year.
need 1 year.
Yeah.
To search
To
it.
reserve and to everything, it's a year.
Okay. And so
Sorry.
no, go ahead. Tell me.
But for me, for French people who wants to get married here, maybe 3 months,
Okay.
sometimes less.
That's very good. So how many weddings a year do you do?
My God, I don't have idea.
For 40.
Yes, I think.
40?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
We have a season in France.
Okay.
You don't do really have a season here, but we have a season in between March to October.
Okay.
And that's it. So,
So
we
when
have
the
to
weather
do a lot.
is nice. So the weather's a little
Yeah,
bit nicer.
it's nice.
Okay, so that
It's
makes
nice and
sense.
hot. So we have and the lavender fields in June, and so
Wow.
we have a season. So we have to do a lot of weddings on this
To
season.
compensate for the time when there's slow and no business.
Yep.
And then that's why you can come to New York
Yeah.
and bring people here.
Yes, I have a lot
Okay.
of
And discover here. Sure.
Oh, that's awesome. How can our readers find you?
I have Instagram.
Okay.
So,
Yes,
and
Instagram too.
I guess for me it's the best.
Instagram is the best way to
It's the
contact
best way
you.
to contact me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to see what we can do bringing French people to New York and
Yeah.
then the New Yorkers to France. To
You can join us
discover.
for the next. in
Absolutely.
April.
I would love
Yeah.
that. We can now discover getting married in France, or for you French friends of ours, you can get married in New York with the
Okay.
wedding district. Ciao.
Bye.
Au revoir. And we are here at the Mark Ingram Atelier with Mark Ingram himself.
I had a fascination with bridal gowns and brides since literally being a toddler. And they had some little Delft blue and white figures that I would use tissue paper to create little bridal dresses on them.
We're here with Liz Selassie, owner of Designer Loft.
Brides today really want different options. I think it's good to have a variety of opinions going in because you're going to have a variety of girls with shapes, body sizes.
Hello, this is Mark Ingram,
Hi, I'm Liz Selassie.
and I want you to keep your eyes on World Bride magazine.
We do.
So that you can give your team, the team, hair and makeup. Where's Deborah? I think that's the bathroom. Okay, so you four, you, Deborah, and Tony, and Mimi should see the girls as they each. That's while she's talking to.
More chairs here. You can pull them over if you want. DC, my hometown. Yes, D&D. Yes, sir. Okay, fantastic. D&D over here. All right. Over here. Wow, okay. So, South Carolina. Oh, South Carolina. I cannot claim to have them in South Carolina. I do have them in all the other places. New Jersey, New York, and DC. And then we're here in the Poconos, and then we'll be opening in another month or so in Philadelphia. So South Carolina, I'm not sure I love it, but I do love it, but I don't think it's too far. I can't get there in my pickup truck. I was right in front of you guys this morning, so I got here this morning and just wanted to see you all and make sure that you have a great day. I won't be here all day. I have to fly out at 4. But this is the mansion at Noble Lane. We've been open in this location for 5 years. It was a former Woolworth estate. Some of you are young, but you don't. You remember. You look much younger than you are because of your daughter, which is amazing. So this is a former Woolworth estate. You're in the farthest into the Poconos as you can be. Yes, Meredith wanted me to share that we absolutely do weddings. We love doing weddings. We have one next weekend, and we're just praying that the weather, we've been having this rain like all week, so the grounds are very soggy. So we do tent usually for the dinner reception. Most people do get married on the first landing of our English gardens, so we do have proper English gardens. There are 3 landings.